Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. We are on the dark side of Kerbin right now, so this is me making a mental note to future self to up the brightness a little bit so you guys can see what is going on and everything. We'll be out of this darkness momentarily, which will be great. We are coming up on our maneuver node to Minmus. Our burn length is probably going to be somewhere around 30 seconds, so we'll wait until the minus 15 seconds until we start burning. She's using Jebediah to put ourselves on a prograde vector here, adjusting a little bit for the maneuver node itself. Which will be coming up shortly. T minus 40, 30, 22, 21, and full burn. It's actually going to take a little bit longer, so we're going to be a bit late, which is annoying, but we'll survive. Doesn't really matter that much. As long as we just stick to the node, we'll be fine. Yeah, thank you. There we go. I like having that added security, just to make sure that things don't go wrong. Plus, we can keep track of transfer windows, etc., so we can do things the optimal way. It's very useful. Here we go. We are about to finish the maneuver. Just a little bit. There we go. Got spooked by the moon there. That happens at times, I guess. Getting spooked by the moon. Almost there. Nearly have an encounter. Or at the very least we should have one. There we go, that's good enough for now. We'll adjust like halfway there or something. It's gonna take us 9 days, which is not nothing, let's be honest here. Now we can focus our view on Minmus here. We can see that we would actually hit the planet, which is one way, definitely. Let's kill our... Actually, we are not quite halfway yet, so we'll wait a little bit longer. There we go. The reason is we want to do some fine-tuning here. We don't want to... Ooh. If we were to go back right now, we'd get a Mun flyby as well. That would be pretty awesome. But what we're going to do is we're going to quickly point prograde, basically. We have initiated the first flyby of the sun. Really? That means we must have left the Kerbal sphere of influence or something. Or it just bugged out, I have no idea. Either way, we have a flyby of the sun apparently. And an orbit of the sun. Okay, so that killed our encounter, I think. Or it's just counting for the moon first. I mean, it's not really that much of a problem. We can smack into Minmus with terminal velocity. That is no problem whatsoever. We do have plenty of fuel left on board. Yeah, we'll be fine. It's not like we're not going to get an encounter or anything. We'll be fine. I have complete faith in my crew. You can see at the top of our orbit we are going very slowly. Very slow, not very slowly. Dear God. And there we go, that's our Minmus encounter, right there. We'll wait until we reach our periapsis here in about 2 hours. We'll be going a total of like 250 meters per second, which is very slow. Minmus doesn't have high gravity or anything, so it's very easy to escape its sphere of influence. And if you have a vehicle in low orbit, it is actually possible to get a Kerbal to jet back out and basically jump on the Minmus itself. with a jetpack, which is pretty cool. And let's wait a little bit longer before we burn this stage. We now have our flyby of Minmus, and a world record for flying by Minmus. Pretty sweet. Coming in, we're going a little over 265 meters per second. Exhaust the stage. Thank you, buddy. You took us way further than we thought you would. Awesome service. But now we must leave you in orbit somewhere. That means we've got this entire stage to basically land and return. We overkilled it, instead of nearly undercooking it a second time with the Mun Explorer. That's good, that means we can probably use this to get on and off the moon as well. Now, for our landing, I'm probably going to aim us somewhere on one of those flat beds. Because they're flat. Let's be real. We're not going to go into... we're not going to decide yet. We're just going to do a lower pass. Like, if we get to our periapsis and find out that, hey, we can still land there, that would be great. Although the planet's going to rotate, of course. I mean, we could also aim to land over there. That's probably a thing we can manage. Oh, wrong buttons here. Finally, we have some light. And look at that. That is Minmus, ladies and gentlemen. We are in space near Minmus. It is absolutely amazing. 40 science. Hell yes. Let's add a quick maneuver now, just to see what side we'd have to burn to. Add maneuver, 30 seconds. That's easy enough. There we go, it's just a quick little burn, nothing too major. And then we'll land hopefully on the flats there. That'd be great. Let's not forget to do an EVA, by the way. That would be a horrible waste if we didn't. I mean, we'll have them plant flags, etc., so nothing to worry about there. What we want to do is want to roughly aim a little bit ahead of this place. Like maybe over there. It should be on the edge. There we go. And the planet will continue to rotate, so we will still land on the flats. Nothing to worry about there. Let's quickly get Mechjeb to do his EVA. Minmus slopes, that's great. Bill, I'm sure you want to do one next. Still on the slopes. Just checking. Bob! Lowlands, see, that's why we did it. And we're like... SAS to point us retrograde. We have gotten so many milestones. Orbit of Minmus, suborbital spaceflight above Minmus, spacewalk in orbit of Minmus. Money, money, money. We can review our crew report. We might as well transmit it for the contract, if we have one, or at the very least a contract. Scientific data from Minmus. Hell yeah. Isn't it a lovely planet? Can we get some more science? Lesser flats, there you go. Milking her for all she's worth. There we go, we're coming in perfectly. That's some lovely flats right there. Speed is 130 meters per second. Yeah, we're gonna come home just fine. I'm more worried about re-entry than anything else. Deploy the legs, just in case. We are landing on a perfectly flat ground here, so we should be fine. But still, do a quick check. Still lesser flats, alright. Initiate a tiny burn, I guess. Try to arrest our horizontal velocity first. Basically stop us going sideways before we stop going down. There we go. Now we are only using retrograde pointing here for just a minute. You want to switch out of it and back to stability assist when you get near the land, because otherwise if you kill it too much you'll start pointing, your retrograde will start pointing upwards and you'll turn around, which would be bad because you don't want to go back up, plus it would mess up your landing approach. But yeah, the reason I chose this is because it is at sea level, so we can actually see what height we are. And it's perfectly flat. This is basically a baby's first landing spot. See, there we go. Nearly would have gone wrong. There we go. That's a perfect landing. Landed on the surface of Minmus. Contract complete. Let's do science. Hello, 125 science. Nice to see you. Let's flat. You observed the goo. Crew report. 25 science. Transmitted. Done. Atmosphere analysis can't be done right now, so we'll leave that be. Ton of cash. A lot of good stuff. Press barometer, 60 science. Seismic data, 100 science. Temperature data, 40 science. Bob, gather it all. We need that back in the capsule. We're not going to transfer it, we're going to bring it home. Next up, Jeb. Can actually take a surface sample. 150 science. EVA report, 40 science. Lovely. We are getting all the science. We have walked on the surface of Minmus. And we are off. Jeez, Jeb. You look like you're having fun. Right, now let's officially land and plant a flag, because it is not Minmus until you've stuck a flag in it. Flags are pretty good. And plant a flag. There we go. Hey, good stuff. Minmus landing site Alpha. The planet is made of ice cream. Yeah. Or at least, it might be. I wouldn't recommend trying it out. We've already got that, I believe. I mean, there's no harm in keeping it anyway. Jeez, Jeb. You don't have to go to orbit right away. We've planted a flag on Minmus. Yes. 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 It's amazing. Now come on, Jeb, come on down. I can't actually oh, I can. I thought I wasn't able to control him, but it was fun to let him just spiral for a second. We should extend our ladder, by the way, just because we can. We brought it all the way out here, we might as well give it a go. Board and dump. We're gonna give Bill a go. Everyone's gonna get to plant a flag, although the other ones will be packed back in, so we don't have a million flags sitting on the surface. And let go. If we let go a little bit higher, he would have done a backflip. Just get him to plant a flag, and then we'll try to re-orbit, re-enter Kerbin, basically. Cancel. Take down. There we go. There's no gravity here, so, well, barely any. There is technically, but I'll probably do a little walk over there, or somewhere over there. You know, get a little bit more science. Because who doesn't love enough science to last us throughout the year? Bob quickly gets to plant a flag. And I will see you momentarily for the return trip to Kerbin. Okay everyone, we are back. We have quick save. We have gotten some data from the Midlands, from the Lesser Flats, from Slopes, from Lowlands. Our esteemed scientist Bob has, through trial and error, determined that Minmus is in fact not made of like ice cream and things like that. So I think it's about time to gather up the final pieces of data just to make sure. I've gotten most of these already, but never hurts to check because we have been sliding in and out of the slopes here, which is a bit insane. Take the data, have some backups just in case. Okay, I think it's about time we leave this planet. Bye. Can we please fold up the landing legs? Oh, I was just pressing the wrong button, that's all. That wasn't. They deploy a bit weird, but I don't know, they work just fine. Yeah, what we're basically just doing, we're gonna just straight up burn out of the sphere of influence. From Minmus. And then we'll just deorbit ourselves on Kerbin. Sounds straightforward enough. We'll just burn straight up until we leave the sphere of influence. We'll return one day with a rover. And we'll do a ton more science then. But for now, this will be everything. And it will be good. Science will be had. The labs will be busy. And people will be happy that we have conquered the Kerbin system. Well, not necessarily conquered, but we have explored it. We have put a Kerbal on the moons. Are we about ready to leave yet? It's getting up there. There we go. Yeah, we'll just leave this for now. Oh dear, it's gonna take forever for us to get back, isn't it? We have escaped the gravitational influence of Minmus. Getting back home will take forever. On the other hand, look at the fuel efficiency we have here. We are burning off our periapsis like nobody's business here. Good. We're not going to run out of fuel before we deorbit, at least. But hopefully we'll be able to do a burn or two to decrease the speed at which we will be entering. Because this is looking a little bit insane. Periapsis is still 15,000 kilometers. Or a couple of million meters. There we go. We are burning it off. It's still going to take 11 days for us to reach our periapsis. We're not going to run out of fuel at the very least. That will be very useful. Could have had a Mun encounter, but nah. Let's just go home. Let's play it safe. What we're going to do is we're going to aim for like a 50 kilometer periapsis. Or 50,000 meters. There we go. We don't want to enter too quickly. We want to do a burn before we permanently leave. Let's do some more science. Oh, it's high over Kerbin, that's right. What we can do, however, is get Bob to go outside and do some data for us. So, temperature. It's not a. I mean, we've already done temperature. We can get some pressure data though. What we need to do now is, well, first of all, we'll do some goo. If that hasn't been, that's already been done. Collect the data from the science lab, restore the science lab, because that is what scientists are for. They reset things on the go, and we can use it again for an extra bit of science over there, which will be very useful. We'll close the bay. It's not a good thing to leave your bay open. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bill? Bill, what did you do? Bill? Bob? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. He's losing it. We have to go on a rescue mission. Quick, get Jebediah. Where is he? We need to find him and bring him home. Basically, we need to give him a bump. I think he's somewhere up here. There you are. Oh dear Lord, what's happening? This is not good, but we'll be able to rescue him. These are just the woes of Kerbals. We should be able to rescue him. All we need to do is give him a gentle tap so his rocket will activate again. Because he is knocked out right now for some reason. Well, I say for some reason, he sort of bumped a spaceship and derped. Maybe if we give him a little tap we can... Come on, Bob, wake up. There you go, buddy. Orbit's a little bit janky right now, but aside from that, hey, we got our buddy back. He's fine. He'll be fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have Jeb burn a little bit ahead. I say a little bit. We're gonna rush ahead so that we can recover Jebediah first. That way we don't have multiple Kerbals floating at roughly the same speed towards the same craft and everything. But yeah, that is the first time I've ever had to go out and rescue a Kerbal like that. Sweet. That was fun. Fun as in where he's nearly gonna die, but I don't know. It sort of feels like Gravity, except nothing rammed our space station and nobody's in a threat of dying right now. Plus, it is way more scientifically realistic. You know, better in every single way. Kerbals instead of George Clooney. Let's, for our own safety, extend the ladder quickly, so that we'll use the ladder as a clamping on point, basically. Because the ladder extends a bit from the craft, so they're less likely to get flung off. There we go. The craft is rocking a bit, but just keep pointing retrograde for me, Jeb. Now, over to our buddy here, Bob. Just get eyes on the craft. There we go. See, he's gotten pretty close in the meanwhile. So it's a good thing we sent Jebediah ahead. Although we're not out of the woods yet, we still have to re-enter the orbit. Well, I mean, this made for a nice change of pace. A nice little non-lethal incident. That can be written on the mission report, and Jebediah will be given yet another medal. Because he is a badass. And he just literally saved Bob from floating off into space forever. Grab on, there we go. Jebediah is holding the craft stable for us. I like how Minmus is still in the background here. What's the button? There we go. Just look at that. It's beautiful. I'm gonna quickly snap a picture of that. There we go. That was beautiful. And now we'll just do another quick save, I suppose. We'll warp over there. It's going to take 9 days. Bye, Minmus. I mean, you're still there, but bye. Look, there's the moon. It's going to pass in front of us. Kerbin's just spinning. Ah, this game is beautiful. It's been a long time since I've been able to enjoy it like this. Oh, we're going to come in on the dark side. Oh, by the way, it might be a good idea to start getting Bill out. And we will now tab. tool needed, so we equip the tool, and now we can detach the voltaic panels. Detach and grab. For the sake of prettiness, we'll just detach them first so they can now drift off. There you go. Grab it like that. And then we should be able to detach and grab. There we go. We've recovered our solar panels so they don't accidentally burn off or anything. Could we grab the instruments? We can. That's good. I think it's best if we just put them on the inside for now. Like, just store them in the service bay. I don't think the service bay is going to break. So, that'll be good. Attach. And then get the other one. Attach. Attach you. We're not going to attach the solar panels. They came... I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see if we will recover them after they've been in there. So, we'll leave them in there. The instruments, etc. are all safe. That's all good. We have got plenty of electric charge left to do the rotation stuff with. And everything. Plus, we can always attach them when we're not about to reorbit. Now, is there a maneuver we can do? That'll basically keep our periapsis the same, but still allow us to bleed off a bit of speed. And the answer is yes. That's gonna be a little tricky. Well, I don't really care where we end up recovering. Hang on, let's try again. I mean, we could just burn sideways, roughly keep the same periapsis. Hang on, down just a little bit. There we go. We'll end up with roughly the same, maybe a little bit lower. But we're just tuning this to be a periapsis that we probably won't reach, but yeah, we won't have the velocity, the delta V left to really reach this orbit, but still. Oh, it's actually gonna speed us up a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, let's try again then. Like, I don't know, it barely changes our periapsis as is, so. There we go, that's more like it. That way we'll still come in very shallow, but we'll burn off a ton of our speed nonetheless. And I think that's going to be very important to getting back home alive. Okay, 50k, yeah, that's good enough. That's much better. Like an apoapsis of 1.7, that's gonna be fine. We still got a heat shield as well. Let's not forget that. Estimated burn time will be 22 seconds, so wait until like 12 seconds. There we go. We'll start burning. Periapsis isn't doing much of anything. Apoapsis is decreasing rapidly. We're actually able to do this. Wow. Well, that just means our periapsis is going to drop even lower. Yeah, get rid of that. Let's keep burning like this. Lovely! Yeah, there we go. That's a good re-entry. There we go. Get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Best part is it should deorbit itself at some point, and note to self, brightness. I mean, I'll be checking brightness out because of the intro, so that should be fine. And we are now coming in for a re-entry. Sadly, there's not much to see right now, but it's gonna light up in just a second. Have faith in Jebediah. We're still coming in at a respectable 2600 meters per second, so that's why I'm taking it a little bit shallow, a bit slow. We are already burning off a little bit though. Hey, look, it's our debris. Hi, bye. See you never, suckers. Thankfully, this heat shield is going to do its job properly. Nothing to worry about there. It's got 800 ablator. Speed's burning off. So is our apoapsis. Hi, son. Good to see you again. There we go. Speed's dropping. Altitude's going back up. We're going to have to go around for another re-entry. I mean, Lord knows, there's nothing that can go wrong here. Wait, did we already... Oh no, wait, it's a nose cone. I thought it was a top-mounted parachute. You know what they say about assumption. Well, that's looking good. It's looking very good, I'm not gonna lie. I am very, very certain that our Kerbals will be just fine. We're a bit warm. Just a little bit. Just waiting until we get back up to 70,000 meters to see if we can get maybe something over highlands, I don't know. Extra science. Mountains, there we go. We'll quickly check out the Space Center to see if we can get anything, like a contract for science data from around Kerbin. You never know. Plant a flag on Minmus. Well, we've just been there. Fly by Duna. Oh, hell yeah. Science data from the surface of the moon. Yeah, at some point. Gravitational surface of Minmus. No, thank you. Tested launch. Rescue from orbit. Satellite specific. Come on. Play ball. Never mind. We'll just re-enter. Don't need Kerbal Alarm Clock anymore. A lot of flags today. That just means we're doing it right. And warp to periapsis. There we go. Increase the warp. And warp's going to decrease now. Again, we're going to be coming in a bit shallower here. Still on the dark side of the moon, of the planet, so will require some post-editing. It'll be fine. Pointing retrograde this time. Once again, for our second re-entry. We are still burning off our speed. I'd rather play it safe than sorry. Probably could have gone in a little bit deeper in the atmosphere, but I don't want to risk it. We have got so much science, and we've got our ace crew on board. And you know, those have got to be kept safe. There we go, for 54 kilometers. We are getting heating effects. Things are starting to heat up. But we'll be fine. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Perhaps is down to 300k, but well, almost. It's gonna go down below 300. There we go, burning more things. I'd rather not lose the surface bay and everything. Even though we probably can't afford to lose it. Still need to gather that data. Can we get anything from the canisters? We can't activate them. Upper atmosphere is not worth a lot. Yeah, memo to self, gather all the things from the science stuff. Yeah, science stuff. I'm so descriptive. It's amazing. Let's get back out of here. Apoapsis is still slowly dropping. We've used about 100 ablator now. 103 actually. It's starting to hurry up. Well, at least the orbit's going well. Again, we have like 4 drogue shoots, 4 regular shoots. We should be fine landing with the storage bay and everything. I'm not gonna go out in the top part of the atmosphere just because it still has a little bit of drag. The last thing we'd want is someone to get lost in low Kerbal orbit here. Quickly get Bob out. Come on, Bob. It's your turn to do more work. Gotta earn that paycheck. Collect data. Collect data. We might as well restore them. Doesn't matter for money or anything, it's just nice to do. Close up the bay when you're done. Hatch is over here. Please don't fly off, please don't fly off, please don't. Thank you. And we are wonderful. I have a feeling that next time is going to be the time that we actually go in. Which is fine. We've slowed down enough to the point that I feel safe. So that will be very good indeed. We'll just sit this out on the menu screen for a while. Because we're still on the dark side and not much is going to happen. Quickly tell Jeb to point retrograde, just for the hell of it. Coming in 2400 meters per second, which is fine. It's a good speed to come in at. It's not going to kill us or anything like that. Again, we probably could have come in like a bit steeper, a bit lower in the atmosphere, but I think playing it safe was a good idea. It's never a bad idea to play safe when you're playing with lives here. Remember what happened to Valentina, where we threw caution to the wind. I mean, once again, things are getting a bit hot. Ablator is still doing its job. Speeds are dipping down below 2400 in now. Apoapsis is below 100. Yep, we are getting caught. We are getting caught. This is it. Whoa, that was a little weird. I'm pretty sure something weird just happened there for no reason. But there we go. We are now suborbital. Like, entirely. We are not getting back into orbit. Altitude 42,000 meters and 2300 meters per second speed. We've got plenty of ablator left. Nothing is in danger of overheating so far. Just want to point a little bit more retrograde. Looks like we'll be splashing down in the ocean. Speed up time a little bit. Look at the land as we fly by. Point a little bit more retrograde. We've burnt a quarter of our ablator actually. That's more than I expected. But then again, better safe than sorry. It's there to be used. 39,000 meters and below. 2200 meters per second of velocity. Trajectory is still very shallow indeed. Compared to what it could be, so we'll be fine. There we go. Speed is about to drop below. Oh, suddenly took a massive dip for some reason. Here we go, it's below 1900 meters per second. We are below 31k altitude. Looks like we are safe. We've had the worst of it. Down below 1800. Heating effects are about to die down soon enough. Craft is a little bit unstable, but we'll be fine. I say unstable, it's just going down a little bit. We might actually not splash down at all. Interesting. Or we might just. It's still a little bit on the edge. There we go, the heating effects are dying down. Congratulations, gentlemen. Welcome back to the atmosphere. Now there's stroke shoots. Yeah, we are definitely splashing down now. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Kerbin's Shores. That was good. We are now below 200 meters per second. Everything's going to be fine. We're not going to jettison the heat shield. We might as well recover it. Let's fold out the extra chutes now, just in case. Again, better safe than sorry. It's going to slow us down further when they semi-deploy. Down below 50 meters per second. And our final speed is 8 meters per second. That should be enough to not break up the service bay, I hope. SAS can now safely be turned off. There we go. And things are looking awesome. Can we run atmosphere analysis? Yeah, we can. Sweet. Barometer? Yeah, sure. Goo? No goo. And we didn't lose a thing on re-entry. That is fantastic. Bob, do the sciencey science. Open the doors. Yeah, if you could do a little bit more than just open the doors, that would be great. Like, I don't know, tell it to observe. There we go. Run the goo. It's only 4. We can download the data and then not analyze the atmosphere. Interesting. We've got some more things over to the right. Yep, there we go. Come on. Take the data. Separate scan. Log temperature. Can't do the seismic data because we're in the water. Makes perfect sense. Get out on the door. One way or another. Try not to glitch your head off. Jump back on top. Close the service bay. Grab on board. Dump experiments. Huh. And let's recover vessel. We've got a bunch of milestones. Returned home from the surface of Minmus. And flyby and orbit. Recover for all the sweet science. What do we have? 1993.9 science. And we have confirmed Minmus is not made out of ice cream. We got 37.5 science from a vessel returned from the surface of Minmus. Lovely. Our total is now 2193 science, because we did transmit a bit, so we actually got more than 2000 science from one trip to Minmus. Isn't that lovely? And also, like 30 science from contracts. We got 2090 science from that. We are at 1.5 million funds nearly. Everybody is level 2 here. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching this longer episode of Kerbal Space Program goodness. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. If you want to see more, why not subscribe? Anyway, Until next time, have a good one, folks.